Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Welcome to 2018. Can you believe it? 2018, it's here. Today is the 24th daily, 10/24, my 24th daily, and it's January the 2nd, 2018. This is my first video of the new year. And I want to thank everybody out there who's been watching. If you are brand new to my channel, and I tell you right now, out of every 20 people that watch a video on my channel, 19 of you are brand new. You're not subscribers. Now, that either means you've never been here before, or it likely means that you're a regular follower of mine. You occasionally catch up with what I'm doing, but haven't subscribed yet, which I'd love you to change. I'd love you to become a subscriber. Or you've just found me for the first time. You were doing a search on YouTube or on Google or somewhere, and you found a title of a video that caught your eye, and my thumbnail worked, and it dragged you in, and you're here. And thank you for doing that. I want to tell you the kind of channel you've stumbled across. I'm Bruce. I live in Creston, BC in Canada, just north of the Idaho border, about 3 miles. And I love to go cruising on cruise ships. That's what I love to do the most for a holiday. I tell you, I started cruising about 10, 11 years ago. A friend of mine dragged me onto a cruise ship with my wife. The four of us, 2 couples, spent a week together on a cruise going down the Mexican Riviera on the Holland, America, Oosterdam. And we had a blast. We had a wonderful time. The couple that got me to go had been cruising for 10 years already. And they were telling me, Bruce, you gotta come. You and your wife are gonna love it. Well, we finally gave in to these 2 characters, and boy, ever glad we did. We had a blast. It was a fantastic time. I've been a fan ever since, and I've gone on a bunch of cruises ever since then. And we're still friends, by the way. That couple, we're still friends. Great guys. This channel, I talk about cruise ship vacations, how to get a good deal on a cruise, how to find a cruise, what the definitions all mean, different kinds of cruises, repositioning cruises, and themed cruises and stuff. I have so many more videos coming on cruising, you have no idea. I got a list that's just piling up. I'll be bringing them out one after the other. I like to do daily videos. I like to shoot a video on the same day that I post it. And so today, January the 2nd, this video will be on later this afternoon. I've got playlists on my travels to Europe. I've got playlists on trips to the US. I got some playlists out there. I got one called So I Know You Like a Good Story. And people ask me all the time, are these true stories that you got on there? You got some doozies on these videos. Are they true? Check them out. You'll have all kinds of fun. I got 101 videos on now. This is video 102. I've only been doing YouTube for 4 months and 3 weeks. I started in August 2017. Here we are in January. And the last time I did a video, 2-3 days ago, or just before New Year's, I was all excited because we had 175 subscribers. This is unbelievable. We were at 150 a few days before that, and we had just broken the 100 subscribers a few weeks before that. This morning, 190. Got 100. I get 15 more subscribers in 3 days. That's 5 subscribers a day on average coming to my channel. It's fantastic. It's just great. I knew that the analytics would kick in after I hit the 100 subscriber. I'd heard about that. I also knew my analytics would get better when I hit 100 uploaded videos, which was last week. But it's coming true. The numbers are coming on and the viewers are coming in. But like I said, out of 20 people watching, or 20 times someone watches a video, 19 times it's not a subscriber. It's an amazing discovery rate, and I thank you for coming. I hope I don't disappoint you. Today's video, if you check the title, and that's what brought you here, today's video is all about who's who in the cruise business. There are a whole bunch of cruise lines out there, but there's only 4 actual, well, 5 really. There are 5 cruise lines that really have ships of note, of numbers. There's a number of other cruise lines out there who aren't owned by larger cruise companies, but they don't have near the number of ships to really catch our attention all that much. But those of you out there who take a cruise, who've been cruising for years, and there's a bunch of you out there who are watching me, and I'm grateful you are. Some of you correcting me on my mistakes, which I don't mind, by the way. Those of you who've cruised for years and years and years, you might be surprised who actually owns the cruise line that you actually go to. If you're a fan of, say, I'm looking at my notes here. If you're a fan of Princess Cruises, and you're a lifer, and you'll only take a cruise on Princess Cruise Line because they treat you right, and you won't go on anybody else, I got news for you. Princess Cruises is owned by Carnival, the Carnival Corporation. As a matter of fact, Carnival Corporation is the largest operator of cruise ships, ocean cruise ships for sure. They not only own Carnival Cruises, of course, the Carnival ships, they own 80 AIDI cruise line, which is generally out of Europe. Costa Cruises, C-O-S-T-I, Costa, that has 14 ships Costa has, plus one on order. Cunard, the Queen Mary II and the Queen Elizabeth II, Cunard lines, that's owned by Carnival. Did you know that? Cunard has 3 ships going right now. They have 1 additional ship they just announced a few months ago being built. Brand new 3,000 passenger cruise liner, ocean liner coming on board. Carnival also owns Holland America. How about that? Holland America is owned by Carnival, and yet Holland America has its own personality. Its ships look completely different than the Carnival ships. The staffing is completely different. The crews are different. They have such a heritage of cruising out of the Netherlands. 15 ships going now, 2 on order. Holland America is growing, and it's a wonderful cruise line. P&O Cruises and P&O Australia, they own those 2 lines as well. 7 ships plus 1 on order that I know of. Princess Cruises, like I've said, 16 ships for Princess plus 1 on order. This is all Carnival. Carnival also owns a real high-end line, Seabourn Cruise Lines. 6 ships plus 1. You go on a Seabourn cruise, you're going to talk about 400 a day to 1,000 a day for your suite, your balcony room. You can only get balcony rooms or suites on Seabourn because the ships only hold they hold less than 1,000 passengers per ship, but they have about 600 staff, a very high ratio. No tipping is expected or needed on a Seabourn cruise. Of course, you're paying for it up front, right? You're paying $600 a night, $800 a night per person, $1,600 a suite per night. Think about that, $1,600 a day. Tipping's included. Thank you very much. Pretty cool. That's Carnival. So again, Carnival owns 80 Costa, Cunard, Holland America, P&O, Princess, and Seabourn. Interesting. Now, Royal Caribbean. We know Royal Caribbean from those gigantic cruise ships that they operate. The big cruise ships, Harmony of the Seas, Oasis of the Seas, Allure of the Seas. There's a new one coming, Symphony of the Seas, later this year. It will be the largest cruise ship ever launched. It'll join the others. Carnival Cruise Lines is known for family adventurous vacations on the sea. If you've got, mom and dad and 1, 2, 3, 4 kids, Carnival's, Royal Caribbean is a way to go. Absolutely a way to go because you've got water slides, you've got mini golf, you've got rock climbing walls, you got the wave riding machines, you got the zip lines on the real big ships, you got the one ship that has the crane that goes up, it's at the top of the ship, and then the crane, you go on in this pod, and then you lift up, and you're up like a total of 30 stories off the water. I wouldn't go on that. That's just me. Maybe I haven't got the adventure in me like I used to. What can I say? Anyway, Royal Caribbean. This company also owns, as AmeriClub Cruises. They own Celebrity Cruises. 11 ships on the Celebrity Cruise Line. They own Celebrity. They own Pullman Tour Cruise Lines. Now, if you are an avid shopper for a bargain cruise, a cruise at a killer price, let's say you're a recent college graduate and you're going to backpack for a bit, maybe around the world or a big part of the world. You're going with a friend of yours, a girlfriend, or it's 2 girlfriends, 2 guys, whatever. And you want to take some cruises over some distances that are a real good price, you're going to go on Pullman Tour. You're going to go to vacationstogo.com, which is what I've been telling you to do. Go to vacationstogo.com and look for cruises. And you're going to find Pullman Tour cruises are the dirt cheapest of cruise deals out there. But if you're looking for luxury 5-star dining and that nice bedding and those quiet family or getaway cruises for husband and wife, you're not going on Pullman Tour cruising. So it all works out. But man, if I were 23 years old and just finished school or took a year off or whatever I'm doing, and I want to do some traveling for a bit and do some hiking and some cycling and what have you, Boy, I can take a couple of these Pullmantur cruises, even some repositioning cruises, and go great distances for some pretty cheap amount of money, like 40 bucks a night, 35 bucks a night for an inside room on Pullmantur. Budget, good deal. That's owned by Royal Caribbean. Sky Sea Cruises and TUI Cruises. Now, I'm not sure who TUI Cruises is. I'll get back to you on it. I've got so much research left to do. But this is just Royal Caribbean. Tons of ships. Now, Norwegian is another cruise line that we all know. They are extremely popular for cruising on the ocean. Caribbean cruises, European cruises, or repositioning cruises. Norwegian has 13 ships plus 4 on order. They are growing fast. They also own Oceania and Regent 7 Seas. And I believe both of those are 6-star cruise lines. Very nice. I know that Regent 7 Seas, 3 ships plus 1 on order. Oceania has 4. Very high end. Norwegian Cruise Lines was picked up by a company called Apollo Investments about 10, 12, 14 years ago when Norwegian was struggling. They needed capital, they needed new ships, they needed refurbishment, they were cash short and failing. Apollo stepped in, put in hundreds of millions of dollars of cash, revitalized the line, and then a few years ago, they took Norwegian public, and they raised a ton of money for Norwegian. And this allowed the Apollo people to get a bunch of their original money out that they put into the company to save the company and now to keep expanding it. They're still a major, large shareholder of the corporation. And Norwegian is on a tear. They are growing big time and becoming more and more popular. 13 ships now, 4 in order. So they're going to be at 17 cruise ships. And you're talking, say, 3,000, 3,500 passengers a ship on average now. Some of these large Norwegian lines, like the new cruise ship coming, Norwegian Bliss, it's going to have 4,000 passengers, and it's got a racetrack on the top of it. It's the one with the go-kart track on the roof. I'm going to be doing a special feature just on that ship. Unbelievable stuff coming. A lot of fun. The 4th cruise line that is now coming on big time is a privately owned entity. It's called MSC Cruises. And MSC Cruises has 12 ships out there and 4 coming on under construction. So they'll be at 16 ships in no time. And they are building some of the biggest cruise ships to rival Royal Caribbean. These ships are going to be 5,000 passengers plus each on the upper end coming out going forward. So 2020, 21, 22, 23, every year another one of these is going to be coming out. MSC Cruises, you're going to hear a lot about these people. I'm quite looking forward to digging into the line quite a bit. The 5th one I wanted to talk about today. I just added them to the list last night. I did some more research and I decided to add Viking Cruises to the list of cruise line operators that you have heard of and you should hear about. Viking Cruises is famous for operating river cruises. They own 62 river cruise ships now that ply the rivers in Europe. They also have cruise ships in China as well. And they're expanding quite aggressively. These are the kinds of ships that will have about 200 to 400 passengers per ship at a time. But the reason I added them to the list of ocean liners is because Viking Cruises has just released in the last couple of years 4 brand new ocean liners with 1 on order. And Viking river cruises, just so those of you who don't know, if you book a river cruise on Viking, you don't pay tips extra, you don't pay for your alcohol, you don't pay for your excursions on shore. It's all included. There are no specialty restaurants where you have to pay extra for it. It's all in the price. So a river cruise is more on a per night charge basis, but you get more. So it's a bit of a trade-off. It's not as economical, though, as a 4,000 passenger cruise ship applying the Caribbean for a week at a time. Those are the deals that I keep telling you about, that you can't beat those deals. But a river cruise is a unique experience, something I'd like to do. But on the ocean side of things, Viking has now brought on board ocean liners that hold no more than 1,000 passengers per ship. So these are tiny compared to Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas or Harmony of the Seas with 5,300 passengers and 2,200 crew, 7,000 people on a ship. These Viking cruise ships, they'll have 930 passengers and 500-600 crew. 1,500 people total for the whole thing, and everything's included. So you're talking about an all-inclusive deal, and so it's more expensive. For instance, a 1-week cruise might run you as low as $2,000, but there are no inside rooms. they're all balcony rooms. So you're on a balcony on a ship with 930 passengers. You're not going to be in long lineups for anything. It's all going to be first class, all inclusive, worry free. For those of us in our 60s, being 62, it's in my wheelhouse. They're targeting me. They're targeting grandpa here, or grandpa to be, I suppose, someday. You're doing okay. You're in your 40s. You've made some good coin. Maybe your wife is working now again. You're empty nesters. Maybe you're not, but you made some bucks. The kids are either in the house or out of the house. Doesn't matter. And you can afford, and you want to take a cruise where, for $3,000 for a week to get a nicer, higher end cruise, you're going to do it. Rather than book, say, a $3,000 for a 1-week cruise on Holland, America, which to me is heavenly. If I could afford it, I would. But instead of taking a cruise on a 3,500 person ship for $3,000 a week, you're going to go on a 930 passenger cruise ship for $3,000 a week instead, and you're going to be in a whole different class of atmosphere, activity levels. You're not going to be surrounded by a bunch of screaming children because there are no wave riders. There's no rock climbing wall. It's a different world. Anyway, it's sort of a step in between, really, a Holland America, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, and then the Seabourn and Oceanic, the high ends. So you're talking from a 5-star cruise line to a 6-star cruise line where you're going, say, 100 or 200 a night to 400 to 800 a night. And here you're in this middle ground. You're in this 300 to 400 a night, 450 a night range on a smaller ship with amenities. And these are brand new ships. So Viking Cruises is one to watch. I expect Viking Cruises to be adding ships aggressively going forward, and they'll expand their territories. They won't just do Europe only or Caribbean and Europe. They'll expand to, already they're doing more of Europe, but they'll start doing Asia. They'll start doing Australia. They'll have quite a number of itineraries. I just heard that they did they're starting the Around the World cruise. They just did Around the World cruise. I believe you can get on it for 110 to 140 nights. And it's $50,000-$60,000 a person. But hey, it's Around the World cruise. So that's a line to watch. So there you go. That's today's Who is Who in the Zoo here video. I wanted to just mention now, if you're thinking of looking for a bargain cruise, a deal of deals, you have to keep this in mind. If you see you thinking of taking off from, say, Fort Lauderdale for a 1-week Caribbean cruise, a 10-day cruise, something like that, and you find that Carnival has a cruise leaving in the week you want to go, Holland America's got a cruise going, Princess has got a cruise going, and you're shopping for the best deal, you may or may not find a great deal on those three because they're all owned by Carnival. It's the same parent company. They're not going to cut each other off at the knees to get your business. Now, keep in mind, if you're on Carnival, let's be honest, Carnival is known as let's say a quality cruise line at a discount price. You get a great deal for a Carnival cruise. Holland America is a 5-star line, and if you can get a ship, a cruise on that cruise ship line for $80 to $120 a night per person, balcony suite, good deal. Princess Cruises is sort of a little below Holland America, but it's above Carnival. So the Carnival Corporation hasn't got cruise lines that are exactly the same with different names on it. No. They have their Carnival line, they have the Princess line, then they have the Holland America line, then there's the Cunard line, and the Costa line is kind of like a Princess line, but it's mainly in Europe. And so you can't really get a cross-promotion deal through Carnival. Over on the Royal Caribbean side, because they own Royal Caribbean and Celebrity Cruises, Royal Caribbean is, as I said before, mega ships that they're known for now, action and adventure for the family. Fantastic. it's great for honeymooners as well. You know, if you want to go to Labadee and spend a day on the island there, you'll love it. Take the zip line there, enjoy yourself on the beach. Great. Celebrity, though, is a little higher up. It's not as exciting as Royal Caribbean. They don't have wave rider machines and that type of thing. So it's a different class. So now, to compare money to money, cruises to cruises, I throw Norwegian in here on its own line, Royal Caribbean and Carnival. Norwegian is kind of like Royal Caribbean and like Princess, where Celebrity and Holland America are kind of the same. Costa and Celebrity and Norwegian are kind of in the same level of service and quality and that type of thing. So you can sort of see here there's similarities, but there's differences. And now it comes down to the dollars and to your convenience. So if you've got like a month picked out, say this coming March, you want to get away for a winter cruise getaway to the Caribbean, I got great news for you. All these cruise lines sail out of Fort Lauderdale or Miami or out of Port Canaveral or out of Tampa, all out of Florida. And you can find easy flights in and out to all these airports, to get to these cruise ships. So that's great news. And they are in competition with each other. There are, here we are, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, MSC even, 4 cruise lines that are operating Caribbean cruises. So you shop around for the best deal for the highest service. My idea of a successful booking of a cruise is I want to be, if I can, on a 4.5 to 5-star cruise line as my preference, at a 3.5-star, 4-star price. That to me is the home run ball. So if I can be on Celebrity or Holland America for $100 a night a person or less for a balcony, that's a win. I know I'm in a 5-star resort for a price that Miami Beach can't touch, Orlando can't touch, Disneyland, Disney World in Orlando, you cannot get 5-star hotel for $200 a person per night. Not a chance. With your meals and the resort fees and the taxes, not gonna happen. Now, of course, it's an experience being in Disney World. I'm not poo-pooing Disney World. I love Disney World, but it's its own thing, okay? But if you had to pick between one and the other and get the best value for your money, you can be in Disney World for 2 or 3 or 4 days and spend just as much money for a 1-week cruise at sea with, say, Holland America or Norwegian or MSC or Celebrity. And to me, I get 7 days of this treatment, this pampering. That's what I want. But if I want to see Mickey Mouse and go on some of the rides, I get it. I see Disney World as the other alternative. These are just comparisons. There's a million ways to go. Folks, that's my video for today. I think I've talked enough. Thanks again for coming to my channel. Thank you, all of you subscribers out there. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you really like my videos and you enjoy watching me go blabber away, subscribe to my channel. I love it. YouTube is reacting to the increased level of activity on my channel. I'm getting more search results. I'm being found more often, and I really appreciate it. I want to grow this channel even bigger. I have a bunch of videos coming up on cruising over the next few days and weeks. Tons of stuff to go over. We'll talk to you about that soon, but in the meantime, this is Bruce saying thanks for watching my video today. I'll see you next time on Traveling with Bruce.